Arm scene start. Open on a close-up of hands gripping the arms of a chair. Sound of gentle, slightly labored breathing. Narrator. Are you about to sit down? Good, but stop. Before you do, this could save you from a fall. Image widens slightly to show the back of a person, clearly over 60, poised to sit. Narrator. Falls are a huge worry as we get older, but what if you could spot the warning signs before they happen? Cut to a simple graphic of a hip joint. Animated lines highlight the muscles around it. Narrator. I'm talking about weak hips. They're often the hidden culprit behind those stumbles and near misses. Today, we're tackling this head-on. Return to the shot of the person about to sit. They hesitate. Narrator. What's the #1 sign of weak hips? It's probably something you experience every single day. Slight pause for emphasis. Narrator. Difficulty standing up. The person in the shot slowly lowers themselves into the chair. Narrator. Sounds simple, right? But pay attention. Is it getting harder? Do you need to push with your arms more than you used to? Cut to a montage of quick shots. A person struggling to get out of a car, someone using a walker, a hand reaching for a wall for balance. Narrator. Maybe you blame it on just getting older, or a bit of stiffness, but weak hips can be a slippery slope. They can lead to poor balance, reduced mobility, and yes, falls. Cut back to the graphic of the hip joint. This time, the muscles are highlighted in red, then yellow. Narrator. Your hips are the foundation for so much of what you do. Walking, bending, even just standing still, strong hips mean a more stable you. Cut to a shot of a person, back to the camera, walking with good posture. Narrator. But how do you know if your hips are weak? It's not always obvious. Cut to a close-up of a woman's face, looking thoughtful. Narrator. Over the next few minutes, we'll go through some simple tests you can do right at home. No fancy equipment needed. These tests will help you assess your hip strength and identify any potential weaknesses. We'll show you how to spot subtle signs you might be missing. Cut to a shot of a living room setting. Comfortable armchair, good lighting. Narrator. These aren't complicated exercises. They're designed for everyday folks just like you and me. People who want to stay active and independent for as long as possible. Cut back to the graphic of the hip joint. Narrator. We'll focus on 3 key areas: balance, strength, and range of motion. Each tells a crucial part of the story of your hip health. Cut to a simple title card on screen. Test number 1. The single leg stance. Narrator. Let's start with the first test. It's called the single leg stance. And trust me, it's more revealing than you think. Ready to find out if your hips are as strong as you believe? Let's find out together in part 2. Scene end. Okay, let's dive deeper into those telltale signs. Remember, we're spotting weak hips before they lead to a fall. Sign number 2, trouble with stairs. Think about it. Do you find yourself needing to use the handrail more and more? Or maybe you're leading with your good leg all the time? It's easy to dismiss this as just getting older, but struggling with stairs often points directly to weak hip abductors and extensors. These are the muscles responsible for lifting and stabilizing your leg as you climb. Imagine climbing stairs is like a little dance. Your hips need to be strong enough to hold your weight and move you smoothly upwards. Weak hips make that dance, well, a struggle. And it's not just climbing up. Descending stairs can be even more challenging. Your hips need to control your descent. Weakness here can lead to that wobbly feeling, that sudden fear of losing your balance. Be honest with yourself. Has navigating stairs become a source of anxiety? Do you avoid them whenever possible? These are important clues. Now, let's move on to sign number 3. Pain in the groin or lower back. This one can be tricky. A lot of things can cause pain in those areas, but hip weakness often manifests as pain elsewhere. Why? Because when your hips are weak, other muscles have to compensate. Your lower back, your groin, even your knees. They're all working overtime to make up for the lack of support from your hips. This extra strain leads to inflammation and pain. You might feel a dull ache, a sharp twinge, or just a general feeling of stiffness. It might come and go, or it might be a constant companion. Pay attention to when the pain flares up. Is it worse after walking? After sitting for a long time? After doing simple chores around the house? Keep a little mental note of these patterns. They'll give you valuable information about the state of your hips. Okay, we've covered 3 key signs: the waddle walk, trouble with stairs, and pain in the groin or lower back. But there's one more that's often overlooked, and it's something you probably do every single day. We will discuss it in the next part. Okay, let's keep moving. We've talked about the first red flag, that little ouch getting out of a chair. Now, let's look at number 2, your walking speed. Think about walking with a friend or your spouse. Do you find yourself struggling to keep up? Are they constantly having to slow down for you? It's not just about getting older. Weak hips directly impact your gait, how you walk. Weak hip abductors, the muscles on the outside of your hip, make it difficult to stabilize your pelvis while walking. Imagine your pelvis is a bowl of water. With strong hips, that bowl stays steady as you move. With weak hips, it sloshes from side to side. That sloshing creates an inefficient, slower, and often wobbly walk. This isn't just about pride or keeping up with your grandkids. A slower, less stable gait significantly increases your risk of falls. Think about crossing a busy street or navigating a crowded grocery store. Those precious seconds matter. Another sign is pain radiating down your leg. Now, a lot of things can cause leg pain, but hip problems often present as pain in the groin, thigh, or even down to the knee. It's sneaky. Why? Because the nerves that supply your hip also supply parts of your leg. Inflammation or pressure in the hip joint can irritate those nerves, causing referred pain. So, if you have unexplained leg pain, especially if it's accompanied by any of the other signs we've discussed, don't just brush it off as old age. Get it checked out. Think of Mrs. Peterson down the street. She thought her knee pain was just arthritis. Turns out it was a problem in her hip all along. A simple physical therapy program made a world of difference. Now, let's talk about something many of you probably experience: stiffness. Do you feel stiff and tight in your hips, especially in the morning or after sitting for a long time? This stiffness can be a sign of inflammation in the hip joint. As the cartilage in your hip wears down, the joint becomes less lubricated and more prone to inflammation. Think about that feeling of being stuck when you first get up. The little shuffle you do before you can straighten up fully, that's your hips talking to you. They're saying, "Hey, I need some attention," and ignoring that stiffness is like ignoring a squeaky hinge on a door. Eventually, it's going to seize up completely. We don't want that. We want our hips to be smooth and mobile, allowing us to move freely and confidently. So we've covered that ouch getting up, a slowing pace, radiating leg pain, and morning stiffness. Are you starting to see yourself in any of these descriptions? Don't worry. We're going to cover what to do about it next. Okay, let's talk about fixing this. Remember that hip hinge exercise we talked about? The one where you imagine closing a door with your behind? That's important. Master that, and you're already winning. Now, let's build on that. We need to strengthen the muscles that support your hips. Think of it like building a stronger foundation for your house. You wouldn't build a house on sand, right? The same applies to your hips. First, let's try some simple side leg raises. Hold onto a sturdy chair or countertop. Slowly lift one leg out to the side. Keep your body straight. Don't lean. Feel the muscles on the outside of your hip working. If you need to, reduce the range of motion. Just a few inches is fine to begin with. Do 10 repetitions on each side. Rest, then repeat for 2 more sets. If you feel any pain, stop immediately. Listen to your body. Another great exercise is the glute bridge. Lie on your back with your knees bent. Your feet should be flat on the floor. Now, squeeze your glutes. Lift your hips off the ground. Create a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Hold for a few seconds. Slowly lower back down. Again, 10 repetitions, 3 sets. Focus on squeezing those glutes. That's where the power comes from. Imagine you are trying to hold a coin between your buttocks. You can do this. It might be hard at first. That's normal. Keep practicing. Consistency is key. Do these exercises every other day. Give your muscles time to recover. Don't overdo it. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your hip strength. These exercises are not a quick fix. They are a long-term investment in your health. Think of them as preventative medicine. We're not just trying to fix weak hips. We're trying to prevent falls. We're trying to keep you independent. We want you to enjoy life to the fullest. And sometimes that means taking small steps. Remember that nagging knee pain from before? These exercises will also help with that. Stronger hips mean less stress on your knees. It's all connected. All right, we are almost there. Next, let's talk about how to make these exercises even more effective.